All right, we are back at it, working on setups early. We're going to try Brett's Vegas set that is in this forum. This is the group setup work forum that I made, or thread that I made in the next gen. So, yeah, we're going to give this one a try, see where it's at, and then try the open set that iRacing provided, and also take the Kentucky set out and see. Just taking a quick look at this, see a few things that I want to try already, but we will use this as our baseline just to see where it's at. So let's go make circles. Crank up the force feedback as we always have to. Let's get telemetry on and throw this up there. There's nothing on the gauges that you guys need to see. Well, what the hell was that? Okay, we hit a bump or the left rear just stuck. I don't know. That was interesting. Great start. Alright, so most spanking that we've had so far with this package. What are we going to be able to do in the corners? Ooh, it's front end's bottoming out. I can tell that already, center and corner. Yeah, just right there, you can't get the nose to turn. I think it's this front end's bottoming out right now. We'll look on telemetry and make sure, but you're right there. I mean, I'm pushing it really hard as well, but I'm pretty sure the nose is bottoming out, so let's take a look at that real quick on telemetry and see. And this up. So quickly take a look at this. We got suspension, ride heights, and why is this just a single? Oh, this is our spin. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Why didn't it have the new one? Okay, let's go with this. Don't know why that was out of order, but it was. So yeah, we are actually really bad on the front end. The rear is also hitting pretty bad, but the front end is the biggest thing where we are having some push, and then we'll see right there, I think, is what caused me to really push up, and then that's when we hit the wall. So yeah, front end a little off there, so we will work on that. Let's just go get a lap without hitting the wall real quick. I'm just going to leave telemetry on because it doesn't matter. I'll lift off a bit more just to get through the nose scrape, but we can get a baseline time at least. Just try to get it through the point where it scrapes. Feels like we're going to be going fairly quick around here. Alright, 30.8. So, now we got our baseline. I want to try out a few things. First off, let's go try iRacing setup. And yeah, they're still throwing skew in it. We'll give it a go, but I do not like that skew. Just, if I can't drive it, it doesn't do me any good if it's faster. Tell that skew is making the car want to do. Yep. Why? I don't know why they're putting skew into the car, because I don't think it's ever going to get better. It seems like it's such a waste. And if they're putting that into the fixed setup, then you're just going to have people looping it. I guess it's to keep the right front from completely dying like we had, but I mean, it didn't hurt our speed, really, at California. Maybe here with the tighter corners, it's going to be worse for us, but I don't know. It just seems like if everyone is spinning out, let's just get rid of the skew. So this thing is definitely higher up. It is still a bit loose. I think the gearing's a little different too. Way quicker though. But the rear end wants to step out on exit, so we're gonna have to look at the bars. This thing just threw a lap down 0.2 quicker. So I think this is where we're going to start. We pull it up on telemetry just to kind of get an idea where we're at. On the... Alright, so definitely much higher ride heights. We can get the rear down quite a bit. In 3 and 4, we're sitting there over 1/4 of an inch, almost 1/2 an inch high. Front end, I don't want to bring it down too much, because 1 and 2's got those bumps right there on entry, so... it's looking like, let's focus on the rear end. Try to keep the balance sort of okay. See how far we can get with this thing. Just a quick look at the tire temps. Looks like we're okay there. So let's, alright, first off, let's look at 60.4. Let's just shift click, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, too much. It's probably going to be too low. Alright, I want to see, we're at 60.4, so let's go ahead and shift click. Front down just a bit. Nope. Rear back up a little. That's 60.7. That gets us to 60.4, which it was. And then we need to look at our toe, because that's all going to change, and the cambers are going to change a bit as well with that. I didn't look at what the front cambers were, but it doesn't look like it's out of whack too much. So let's go try that out. Because we know these adjustments get us a little bit of speed, so I am hoping that we'll find a little bit of speed right here, as long as we're not too low. Because that means that I'm learning what needs to be changed to make it go a little quicker than what they have it at. Hopefully it'll get us a little more grip as well, being lower and working the diffuser better. Oh, it's tight. Got really tight through the center. I don't know. Maybe we're going to be a little slow. Or it could just be the caster in the front end change, but wow. Alright, well, we got a 10th just from lowering it, and we're not hitting the ground. We're going to go 2/10 quicker here. We are scraping just a little bit, but as the tire pressures come up, we'll be okay. 2/10 quicker, we're down to a 30.4. Let's just take a look at what it is saying on telemetry. I'm actually starting to have fun with these videos, and luckily people are enjoying them. So yeah, we got the bumps there. We're fine through here. A couple of scrapes right in the center, but it looks like we've got enough clearance for when the fuel burns off. The rear end, we could probably go just a little lower. Just to optimize that, so when we do start burning off fuel, but let's take a look at moving the weight backwards to get the rear end a little lower. Because that might help us kind of loosen the car up in the middle of the corner that we need. So I've already forgotten this. Harder arm, stiffer bar. Stiffest is 5, so we are as loose as we can go there. Rear, more oversteer, stiff. So we could come up here. Let's... That got there. No, okay. This caster, I think, is a little out of whack. Let's go ahead and Vegas low. I'm just naming it low on everything because I'm lowering the car. That's the only thing that means, because that is how creative I am. Let me just double check what the actual casters were, because for me, casters really mess with my brain with the force feedback. So it looks like we're right on the same. So those didn't actually change too much. So that is good. We can drop this one down. Good there. So 60.6, that's going to get us to 61. We don't want that. Get it back to 60.3. Now, alright, I'm going to go test this real quick, just so I can get a feel, make sure I didn't screw anything up, and then we're going to try something with the shocks that I've seen now a couple of people using, and See if that gains us a bit of speed, maybe on the long run. We'll see though. Don't want to get a run to the line, trying to do each lap the same. We are hitting a bit there. Just a couple of hits over the bumps. Those bumps are always pretty strong. Car's feeling much better handling though. Turning in well, just turning through the corner, feels just a tad loose, which is good. And we are pretty much the same speed. So that is good. I actually changed the handling of it. We didn't start scraping more, and we didn't lose speed. Alright, so let's just save that. And now we are going to go 10s all the way through here. Because I've now seen OSR sets doing this and a couple other people's sets, so let's just give it a go, see what it does, and then we'll give it another go the other way, and maybe I'll learn something about shocks. I think this is going to make me feel really loose, especially over the bumps. I think the bumps are going to be more vicious to the car. But I think we're going to have a little bit of straightaway speed, because when the car does compress, it's going to take longer to come up. There we go. Half a tenth. Car actually feels pretty good right now. I feel like I can be really aggressive. It does do a little bit of snapping there on exit. Now we're down to a 30.3. Let's get a couple of laps in here. Take a look at tire temps. And see where we need to adjust on that, and see if this thing just goes to hell after 5 laps. Probably need to change the gear. I don't know, like with the draft, we're gonna have quite a bit of draft. This thing's picking up speed. It is very close to on the edge, but I think with one click down on the rear bar, that will solve the exit. A little loose on entry. Nose scraped pretty hard there. I'm going to do one more lap just to make sure the nose isn't dropping. We can look at that in telemetry. Just getting a little bit of a push, and then we're getting a little bit of a sway on exit, and then speed is dropping off quickly. But we got to a 0.218, so be happy with that. Let's take a look at the tires real quick. And looking okay. Looking at about what we are always getting. So let's take a look at that on telemetry. And just watch the front end. That is my main concern. So that's the bump right there. That bump, I think we're just gonna have to live with that. The nose is staying fairly even over that run. Might even actually be coming up as we go slower. Rear end, let's take a look at what it does. We're at 0.64 and 2.9 and 0.66 and 2.9. So that's gonna vary throughout the run. Ride height in the right rear being that much higher. I think we're okay with that. I don't know if I can balance it if I bring it down. The front end's fairly even. But I'm happy with the progress that I've made to this point. I mean, let's go ahead, save that. Load to, just have it. Let's go ahead and go back with E2 on that bar. And can we lower the right side without messing this up? Probably not, but let's give it a go. It's going to be such a pain. I'm not even going to bother with that. Let's just load that up in case saved anything. So that's the biggest thing that I struggle with is where do I go with that to get it? So I think we got to go gearing 3.9. Let's go test this out. This will, oh wait, did you go to P2? Let's go test these things out, see if that helps with that little sway that I'm getting off the corner. Did my telemetry die? Or is it behind? Okay, it's behind. Put that over on the other screen, and just feel if this actually did what I wanted it to. Now there's a lot of fine-tuning that we could do to the car. That's a struggle of knowing what the hell I'm doing if we start trying to fine-tune things. I'm just trying to get this thing to drive at a decent pace while not wanting to kill me. Because as we've seen, this car does like to make people spin. May need to go one click further with the gear. We've held the exit of 4. Didn't get the sway there.
30.345.
It's a little bit of a sketchy entry. A little bit of a sway, but I was pushing up towards the wall. Then we got to try this thing on the high side and see what it does. I think it's going to get too tight if we keep that rear bar like that.
365.
Lots of turn on entry. Trying to get a quick lap here just to make sure it can still do a quick lap. Get it over the bump. Yeah, it's still got that if you push it. I think it's going to be a lot about just not pushing it too hard until you absolutely need to. Let's head up top, see what this thing does. Ooh, boy. Oh shit, it is loose up top. Okay. Well, and yeah.
Your car has too much damage, we've got to fix it.
I don't know if there's just not, I mean, trucks and everything, there's grip up there, but I don't know. That's a bit concerning. I think we got bottom figured out fine. I liked the gear. I didn't like how it was feeling too tight already there. Oh yeah, let's save this. Low 3. And let's just try it the other way. Because why not? Oh, we had 8 in there. Doesn't make any difference. Oh, and we had 5 in there. But let's see what this does. Guessing the car is just gonna bottom out like crazy. Okay, it's a bouncy bitch. Look at this thing. Were we bouncing this bad? Porpoise, as the F1 guys are saying. Oh, it's got no turn. It is bouncy. Looks like the in-car cam from Suarez. Yeah, it's just extremely bouncy. That's not going to do anything good with the air. So, at least I kind of knew that was coming. And it's driving like shit as well, just because the car is moving around so much. So, if we take... take this and we go that. Those weren't supposed to be here. Actually, you know what? Let that compress a bit more on the right rear. The right side. And we'll let that compress a bit and this a bit. Just so that it's not all one side. High speed, we're going to try to keep that even, and then rebound, we want that to be stuck down there. Now, let's see if I can pull this up. I need to understand, hopefully they actually have information on the slopes. And where is the car guide? Nope, 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 nope. Let's go here, see what Matt has to say. I don't want to watch a damn video. Here we go. This is what I'm looking at, or what I'm looking for. We want slope. Okay. Let's see if any of this makes any sense to my monkey brain. Sorry, I'm just reading this to myself. Nope. I like this line. Easy to see. Yeah. If I had any freaking clue. Alright. For smoother tracks. Okay. For bumpier tracks, you want a higher slope. Well, this no longer applies since Atlanta is going to be smooth. And a super speedway. Okay, so I guess we want high slope, which I assume is 10. Max, it's just saying dampening. High slope. Okay, so we're going to assume that 10 is high slope. So let's go check out the slow low compression. I don't even know if the slow low compression even works the same when you have a slope change to keep it more even for bumpy tracks. I don't know. Again, pretty much a monkey clicking things on a computer screen right now. Oh my god. Why is the car not turning? Turning now, so we're kind of getting that same cold tire. Doesn't want to turn, but it's definitely not wanting to turn. 30.625. So I think we're just going to stay at 10 on everything because that only made it worse. So let's just go 10 because just verify that this is still good and I didn't screw something else up somewhere along the line. Plus we had that right rear that was at 5 and the right front that was at 8, so this might actually be even better. And yes, I'm using the clutch because I'm using it. Probably don't need to. I don't know if you can even miss a shift. But it's not really changing anything, so I'm just using it. Eventually I'll get it out of my head. Well, that felt much better. Much better out of the corner. I think just don't overdrive the first 2 laps because the car is going to come up to speed.
30.259.
A little bigger arc's gonna get you a bit more wobble into the turn, but a little more speed. We're about ready to break our best lap. This gear change in the rear end, still tried to push it too hard through there. It's getting too tight through center and 3 and 4 because of that bump. How do we solve that?
30.244.
This front end is already higher than I want it to be. Just get low enough and maybe you miss the bump.
30.253.
1 and 2 were fine. It's just that big bump in 3 and 4. That is. Let's go up top. Spin out because I didn't overdrive it that time, but it is looser on exit.
30.389.
Let's fill this out a bit more. I mean, I feel stable. I feel like it is. It's just a little too tight through 3 and 4. But it didn't hit the bump that time. We're dropping off on speed again. I think what we've seen in real life is we are definitely missing a lot of drop off and a lot of wear. Compared to real life. Yeah, so 3 and 4 is just a bit too tight.
30.43.
And if we're just too tight now, it's only gonna get worse. We're at a 97, 97, 96. 98's all the way around the other way, so let's take a look at... Let's see what happens here. Click down on the front bar. You only have 2 front bar options for the diameter, so let's see what this does. We might have to adjust back the other way to tight, but I'm not sure we can adjust that, because right in the center, if it's getting tight, I'm pretty sure you can't do anything with weight or springs that's going to help it there. To me, weight and springs is all about entry and exit. Center of the corner is bar, and I mean, it feels better already. But let's get to the problem child turn. A little tight on exit, but I pushed it through that. Yeah, just can't try to drive through it tight because it'll snap on you. Okay, flying off that turn. Let's just not get on it too early here. Go around.
.913.
Oh boy. So why did we go around? What did I do? It just went. It just let me open up telemetry and see what the hell happened at that point. If I can even tell. I mean, there's nothing that indicates that a bump or anything happened there. What would I have to look at to even understand that? Tires got slip. And it just, I don't know. Just got. I don't know. Sorry. Let me put this on here. So we go to 32. We are getting some heat build up right on the exit there. And obviously right rear, it is definitely heating up quite a bit right there on that part of the corner. We take it back to 31, we're still fairly cool. And then 33, obviously, we hit this point and this is where we start spinning. Right here. So, I mean, I don't think it's heat. I don't know if we can even learn anything from this. I don't know. It doesn't make sense why that spun at all. That's not going to tell us anything. That's not going to tell me what I need to know. Alright, so our yaw. I mean, there's nothing. It just went. I don't know why. I can't understand it. So the only thing that changed was the front bar diameter. So let's just all right, let me go ahead and go back here, save as low 4 just to make sure I don't screw anything that I had saves. Let's do this. Let's go diameters down. Rear diameter should act the same. No, actually that's going to work the opposite in the rear. So maybe just evening those out will help it. Sorry, this one's going long. I'm trying to get a little deeper into this. Because we've went from being able to lower a car to now I think we got shocks figured out on bumpy tracks. You just put them to 10 and say, all right. Now I want to work with the bars and see if that's got anything for us. I feel like as we've built speed into it, this first lap has gotten worse and worse and worse. And maybe I'm just overdriving the car too. I mean, that could be that I'm just trying to push for a lap. And then the next thing that we need to think about once we get quicker at getting a setup built and tuned is hit adjustments. And can we cheat the system at all? Can we adjust for something that, you know, lower or raise both sides on the offset and the rear? Alright, so both bars down. Kind of feels the same. Maybe a little better turn in the center of the corner. Because I haven't really felt like middle of 3 and 4, other than that first lap, that it's wanting to kill me and push to the wall. We're doing about the same speeds. We'll take a look at that tire temp data that we were looking at from the spin after we do a few laps here. Kind of see how it's a much better visualization. I hadn't seen that page yet on the telemetry. I think that's going to give us a good idea of the balance of the car at each point in the corner, seeing where it's heating up. Because that right there is kind of a visualization of saving tires. Like, I might just run it for a whole ARCA race and go look at that and kind of give a better idea on how to save tires and how to balance right side fronts to right side rears. Not that I'm the best at it, but I think it would give people a better idea of what I'm saying when I say it's getting tight at this point and I got the tire too hot on the right front. Because then we can go back and look and actually see. Yes, I did. Okay, it got tight again there in the center. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and post this. I think this version of it is probably the best version of it so far, and we gotta do some group thinking, I guess, on that tight in the center of 3 and 4. Let's load up the telemetry real quick. Look at the tires, because I think that is gonna help me understand a bit more. Let's go heat bands. Okay, so lap 34, 35, 36, and we're starting to get the... I assume this is right rear, right? Or is this... I don't... Like, this is all ass backwards. Is this the right front? Yeah, this is right front. Shit, I was even looking at the wrong thing on that. So, alright, so clearly we're heating up the right front. And that's where that push is coming from. And the right front just continually gets hotter and hotter and hotter there. That is no good. We're getting it up to 300. Oh boy. I think we just gotta underdrive the car a bit. And I don't know, build some, I don't want to build rotation into it. But let's see. And it looks like we're not like overly cambered or anything. So we definitely got an issue here. And it's starting to be an issue here, but it's really an issue here in out of 4. So I got a bit of work to do, but we got a decent starting point. So I'm going to call that good. I hope you enjoyed this. Went 50 minutes, way longer than I thought it would, but I think we also got way further than I thought I would. So, yeah, we got to work on this. This is bad. So, if you got any ideas, let me know. Thanks for watching.